afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now, live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend. A little chilly, but we're getting there.
Yeah, today was beautiful.
It really was.
Yeah.
Lots of news going on today. And Dr. Zorba Pastor will be here later on taking your medical questions.
That's right. We'll let you know when it's time to call in. He'll be here in the studio with us.
But first, here's what's making news on this Monday. Raging flames and smoke engulfed the 800-year-old Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris this afternoon. We'll have the latest.
We're learning more today about a sexual assault that happened at Madison East High School last week.
And the president continues his feud with the Minnesota congresswoman accusing her of making anti-Semitic comments. Her supporters protested at his Minnesota appearance today. Let's
take a look outside. Everybody's soaking up the sunshine on a Monday afternoon, and it felt a little warmer too.
Yeah,
very nice.
Even the llamas are enjoying it. Let's put a tax on showers, though, on this tax day. A lot of rain, perhaps, on the way. Dana's in the backyard, enjoying the sun as we all are.
Yes, the no drama llamas, of course, enjoy the sunshine as well. We do have some showers in the forecast for this week, but as we look at our Doppler track, no concern for us right now. Really a pleasant evening. Doesn't feel too bad outside, and we're still pretty sunny. A few clouds, but that's about it. Our shower chances will start to develop later on, though. Again, our Doppler track's been pretty quiet so far today. Overall, the breeze coming from the south, helping that warmer air move on in. So our temperatures today still a little below average, but certainly better than what we were at yesterday afternoon. Wind speeds about 18 miles per hour around Madison, in the mid-teens for most of us. It's currently in the mid-50s with our temps, so we're a little closer to average actually than forecasted. That's not a bad thing. I'm not going to complain about some sunshine and better temperatures. In the last 24 hours, we've climbed quite a bit. It was about 20 degrees cooler this time yesterday, 22 degrees cooler in Janesville. Now, for the next few hours, our temperatures are going to drop, of course. We are expecting our cloud coverage to build in, though, so we aren't going to fall nearly as much as we head into tomorrow. Our temperatures will fall close to 40 overnight, and we do have the chance for some showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm or two overnight. Tomorrow, just a slight chance for rain before a really soggy setup moves in for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the middle and end of the week in just a few minutes. On the roads right now, grab the shades, you're heading out the door. You'll need them with the sunshine. Here's a look at the Beltline and Park Street. Both east and westbound seem to be going just fine right now. Of course, we'll keep a close eye on things, see if in the next few hours if there are any delays there on the Beltline. But at least we're showing a little bit of green there. A few slowdowns closer you get to John Nolan. Near the Janesville area, no major brake lights, and 3990 should take you smoothly all the way through Beloit down into Illinois. About 6 minutes to get from Verona to the Beltline, Oregon to the Beltline, 8 minutes. 5 minutes from Springfield to University Avenue. If you are traveling from Janesville up to the Beltline, it'll be just about 26 minutes, 17 minutes for Sauk City to Middleton, and then southbound Sun Prairie to downtown, just 18 minutes. So traffic all looks fine right now. And overall in the weather corner, we're just looking at the rain ahead for the week. So enjoy the sun this evening if you are able to get out at all in the next few hours.
All right, April showers, I guess.
Yes, they're returning and they're staying.
All right, Dana, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. First at 4, flames broke out inside the famed Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris during the holiest week on the Catholic Church calendar.
We have live pictures from Paris. The 856-year-old structure has been undergoing a massive renovation. The cathedral, home to incalculable works of art, and is one of the world's most famous tourist attractions. CBS's Hillary Lane has more.
Flames engulfed the historic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, toppling the iconic spire and burning the entire wooden frame of the Gothic structure. Crowds watched in stillness as more than 800 years of history burned before their eyes, and gasped as pieces of the cathedral continued to fall. A reporter for CBS station KYW is staying at a nearby hotel.
We turned the corner and saw smoke coming not from the bell tower, but from the back of the Notre Dame, and then everyone's hearts just dropped.
Victoria Wooddill said firefighters struggled against the wind.
You'll notice the spray right here. It's just spraying off. So it's barely even touching the edge of the building.
The French government owns the cathedral, and late Monday, President Macron tweeted, "I am sad tonight to see this part of us burn." Emergency crews tried to salvage priceless artwork from the cathedral just days before Easter Sunday. Hillary Lane, CBS News.
It's heartbreaking. Andrew Showers is a priest from the Madison Catholic Diocese who is very familiar with the cathedral.
Father Showers is an associate at St. Paul's University Catholic Center on the UW campus. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Good to see you.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you've been, like all of us, glued to the television all afternoon.
Unfortunately, yeah.
What is your reaction to seeing this?
It's heartbreaking. I mean, our condolences go out to the Archbishop and the faithful of Paris, but yes, an icon really, and a place of beauty, and that really kind of raised the spirits of many pilgrims for now centuries coming to Paris, and really an icon again of Gothic architecture, so from the architecture side, but also of faith as well. So many historic facts, and really just the place of worship and gathering of so many faithfuls for so many centuries, and to see their home now in flames is really devastating, as you said, at the beginning of this Holy Week.
Yeah, you're an architectural student. This was an important building,
Very
besides
much
being
so.
a very holy place.
Yeah.
Tell us about the architecture.
It's really the second, so the first Gothic, properly Gothic church is Saint Denis, about 30 to 45 minutes north of the city, but then everything that is done, all these innovations, the groin vaulting, the large expanses of glass, and the height, really, the height is a big part of that Gothic period, is then seen by Louis VII as he thinks, well, I've got to kind of make my name and really put Paris on the map as a place of politics and economics and culture. And so he takes that and uses those elements to build this great cathedral on the island in the middle of Paris. So,
Well, I think regardless of whatever your faith is, it's such a loss of history. It's 800 years of history. And you visited several times, I understand, and took students with you. What was your experience there?
it's again, you don't really, you've heard about it, but as you're walking through the city and kind of these narrow back alleyways, and then all of a sudden it opens up and you look across the river, and to see the height and to see just the detail, and right, they didn't have the cranes we have or the type of technology, just the labor of love and what was driving these people to build such a beautiful thing is really, it's striking and again, heartbreaking to see all of that hard work and the impact it had now in flames again.
And all the artwork and statues and stained glass windows. I remember walking in years ago, and I was just, what overwhelms you is the, as you say, the space, the amount of area.
Yeah.
Right. And that was the big, right? The height is it's this transcendent, it really draws one's spirit up. And you can't help but look up and you notice your smallness in there, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't make you, it doesn't belittle, but it really makes you long for something even greater than yourself. And that's what that height did and the paintings. Now I did hear that some of the artwork of the treasury was removed before, just because of the renovation. So thank goodness, right, the Blessed Sacrament is gone, and the Crown of Thorns relic and a few other art pieces, but there are still many things in there that are of great value that we may never see again.
It's still hard to believe.
It really is, yeah.
Father, thanks for being with us today.
Good to see you today. Thank you for coming. East High School families, Madison East High School families are still asking questions following the arrest of two 15-year-old boys late last week.
They're accused of sexually assaulting a 15-year-old female classmate on school grounds. Our Amanda Quintana is here with more on what advocates want to see done now. Amanda?
Yes, well, District Attorney Ishmael Ozan told us one of the suspects had their initial appearance in juvenile court today, although we were not allowed inside that courtroom. Both boys are facing tentative charges of second-degree sexual assault of a child. The alleged assault happened after school on East High's campus in a bathroom on Wednesday. The girl told a school resource officer about it the following day. The Rape Crisis Center has reached out to East High, offering counselors and further education on consent. But to prevent this, they want to see this outreach done at a younger age.
By the time we're brought in, a lot of times it's not until 8th or 10th grade. And so maybe at the earliest 13 years old. And by then, there are quite a few sexually active kids and things are already happening.
She says another way to prevent this is by our society setting the tone that this is not okay. We believe victims and there are consequences for the perpetrators. At 5 o'clock, we will hear from the school district safety and security director. He tells us there were security guards at the school when this alleged assault happened.
All right, we'll see you at 5. Thanks, Amanda.
We will be able to read Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report on the Russian investigation Thursday morning. A Justice Department spokeswoman says the redacted report will be sent to Congress and made available to the public. Mueller officially concluded his investigation late last month and submitted a nearly 400-page report to Attorney General William Barr.
The back and forth between President Trump and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has moved to her home state, where supporters on both sides faced off during a presidential visit. Natalie Brand has more.
Supporters of Representative Ilhan Omar rallied in her home state of Minnesota Monday during President Trump's visit.
I stand with Congresswoman Omar.
It just makes me sick to hear this kind of hatred. Omar is an amazing woman.
Omar does not represent Minnesota, does she? They were met by supporters of the president.
She is just attacking President Trump.
She needs to back down. What is her agenda?
President Trump was silent on the controversy during an economic roundtable.
It's a great honor to be with you. Thank you.
The president has been critical of comments Congresswoman Omar made regarding Israel in the past, but things escalated after the president retweeted a video which included a clip of Representative Omar referencing 9/11.
Some people did something.
Representative Omar, one of only 2 Muslim women in Congress, made the comment to the Muslim civil rights group CARE last month.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Congresswoman Omar says she's received a spike in death threats since the president's tweet. Sunday night, she tweeted, "We are all Americans. This is endangering lives. It has to stop." House Speaker Nancy Pelosi condemned the president's tweet at an event in London.
I don't think any president of the United States should use the tragedy of 9/11 as a political tool.
Pelosi has asked Capitol Police to step up security for Congresswoman Omar. On Capitol Hill, Natalie Brand for News 3 Now.
A federal judge has denied bail to a Chinese woman who lied to get into President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. 33-year-old Yu Jingjiang of China was arrested March 30th after Secret Service agents said she gained admission to Mar-a-Lago by falsely telling a guard that she was a member who was attending an event. A federal judge refused to set bail for Zhang, for Zhang during a hearing today, saying there is an extreme risk of flight if she were released. She was arrested after agents found her carrying 4 cell phones, an external hard drive, and a thumb drive containing computer malware. Well, it is April 15th, and we all know what that means.
Hopefully you didn't wait until the last minute to do your taxes, because there are a lot of changes this year, and you might be in for a big surprise. Eric Franke is here with a few tips from tax day experts. Eric?
Yeah, Susan and Mark, you know, there are always a few folks who wait until the day to even start things, but maybe even more of them this year. On Friday, the IRS actually had reported that 50 million Americans still hadn't filed their taxes, and whether you filed your taxes yet or not, the tax expert we spoke with says you may owe more taxes than expected or be receiving a smaller refund than you anticipated. The new tax law took effect this year, complicating things a bit, including eliminating the 1040 EZ form and making the 1040 8 pages instead of the previous 2.
It's been a real tough tax year this year. The new tax law took effect this year. The standard deduction was changed. The exemptions were taken away. Businesses got some additional breaks. There were a lot of changes.
Menninga says if you have not filed your taxes yet, you can still file an extension and should do so to avoid any penalties, but you will still have to pay your balance due. Now, if you do owe and you don't have that money right now, you can apply for a payment plan either in the short term or long term. Certain conditions do apply. Just go to irs.gov to do that. According to IRS numbers, by April 5th, 10 days ago, about 103 million people had filed. The average refund to date was about $2,800. But some people are going to get some surprises yet in the next before midnight tonight, Mark and Susan.
I certainly got one.
Yeah, a lot of folks did. We've heard about them.
All right, Eric, thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Well, still to come tonight at 4, we'll head to the movies with our Will Loper.
We'll find out what he thinks of the new comedy, Little. That's when News 3 Live at 4 continues. Welcome back. Boston Marathon organizers and city officials held a moment of silence in tribute to those who were killed or wounded in the 2013 finish line bombings.
The bells of Old South Church were rung at 2:49 p.m., 6 years to the minute after the first of 2 bombs exploded on Boylston Street. As for today's marathon, the finish was down to the wire. The first man to finish was Lawrence Cherono of Kenya in a sprint against Lalisa Desisa of Ethiopia. Cherono wins by 2 seconds, 2 hours, 7 minutes, 57 seconds. Desisa's time was 2 hours, 7 minutes, 59 seconds. On the women's side, Worknesh Dafiga of Ethiopia won with a time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 30 seconds. She is the 8th Ethiopian woman to win the race and the 3rd to win it in 7 years.
2 hours and 7 minutes for 26.1 miles?
It's incredible, isn't it? What an accomplishment.
Congratulations all around. Financial stocks weighed down Wall Street today. The Dow Industrials lost 27 points, closing at 26,384. The NASDAQ Composite Index was off 8. The S&P 500 fell almost 2 points.
I really think I could help this company if you just gave me a chance.
Just concentrate on being my assistant.
Were you always mean?
I got big and I got rich. So now who gonna check me, boo?
I wish you were my age. Then I'd check you, boo. I wish you were little.
I told you, watch it.
That was a clip from Little, one of the newest movies to hit theaters.
Is the age-switching comedy worth seeing? Well, here to let us know what he thinks is our film critic, Will Loper. So we had Big, and now we have Little.
It's the reverse Big here, 30 going on 13. Yeah, well, it may not be the comedy of the year, but it has enough laughs and a few great performances to make it worth a little trip to the theater. So Regina Hall stars as Jordan, the meanest boss on the planet, about a step higher than Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada, berating and bullying her employees. When another little girl does a magic trick on her, Jordan finds herself back in her 13-year-old body. She lets her assistant take over while she goes to school, and along the way discovers ways to maybe not be so mean. Her younger self is played by Marcia Martin, who actually had the idea for this film and is the youngest ever executive producer for a Hollywood film, and this is her movie. She is completely convincing as a younger Regina Hall. Her comedic timing is sublime. She just steals the show. The plot is predictable, the jokes are hit and miss, but I think Marcia is worth seeing the movie for alone.
Marcia is how old?
She, I believe, is 14 in real life and plays a 13-year-old in this, so
I've seen
it's not much of a stretch.
I've seen some interviews with her, and she is like a 14-year-old in a 35-year-old body. I mean, she is so articulate and mature and smart.
Yeah, the way she uses her body and facial expressions, she totally does seem like a little adult.
She's on the ABC show Blackish.
She's
very funny.
She steals every scene that she's in on that, too.
I believe that, yeah.
All right, so what's your rating
here?
here?
I gave this one 3.5. Marcia Martin's out of 5. See it for her.
Some good laughs.
Good laughs, yes.
All right, up next, Missing Link.
Neither ape nor man, but a giant. He's had many names.
Actually, I go by Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, Susan.
That is a girl's name.
Yes, that's correct.
It suits you.
Right, so Zach Galifianakis voices Susan, a Sasquatch monster who is discovered by Sir Lionel Frost, voiced by Hugh Jackman.
Did they have to name her that?
What do you mean? You don't like your namesake there? So Lionel wants to use Susan to improve his reputation in a group of explorers, but Susan is lonely and wants Lionel to bring him to his cousins, the Yetis in Shangri-La. Now this is from the same studio that brought us Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings, and the Box Trolls, all of which are stop-motion animated. And you know, for such a painstaking, tedious process, you'd think they'd want to have an absolute perfect script, but the script here kind of feels like a second draft. Still, there's enough of Sasquatch falling out of a window and tripping into walls that little ones will be more than entertained. Had lots of giggles in my theater. So if you need a good activity for the little ones for 90 minutes, this movie will fit the bill.
That's perfect.
How about adults? Would they? Could you sit through it?
It's all right. You'll sit through it. It'll get you through the end, but not as good as Kubo or Paranorman, the stuff they put out before.
And just this process, the stop motion.
Gosh, yeah,
It's fascinating, isn't it? Yeah.
24 frames a second. That's what they have to do, yeah.
All right, so what's the rating?
I use some 3 Jack Link's Beef Jerky Bigfoots out of 5.
And you are off the next couple of weeks.
I am. I'm off on an international vacation, so...
Enjoy.
Good for you. Enjoy it. We'll see you when you get back.
Keep your seat warm here.
Good, good.
All right, thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
At her
Take a look at this. Gun-toting Bangkok residents and tourists wreaked havoc on the streets of the capital over the weekend, spraying each other with massive water guns. They're celebrating Songkran, the Thai New Year. This year's celebration wasn't as raucous and smaller than previous years because the city's preparing for the coronation of Thailand's new king in a few weeks. But revelers still managed to buy plastic pistols and spray each other, getting drenched as usual.
That looks like fun.
Yeah, this is good, good, clean fun.
Absolutely. That's summertime fun with super soakers. Very cool. Now, you'll actually be seeing a little more smoke coming up over the next few days. Actually, we got some video for you here now. You'll see a little more of this in the next few weeks. Controlled burns of prairie land. This was the scene, of course, from our Sky 3 this afternoon on the south side of Verona. Low winds and dry conditions help those doing the burns, of course, to keep them under control. And you really do have to have prime conditions to do these controlled burns.
Not going to be for the rest of the week.
No. So squeezing it in today was a good idea because the rest of the week, of course, the wind and the rain. Not exactly
rain coming.
ideal. Yep, a little more rain and the potential, too, to see some stronger thunderstorms pop up. Not ruling that chance out.
It's that time of the year.
We'll be keeping an eye on it. And we're going to take a look at what's ahead for the week in just a few minutes. So looking at our visible cloud track right now, though we haven't seen much cloud coverage today, it is kind of cool to look towards the southeast corner of the state and into northern Illinois. That white track right there from early this morning was the snowfall that came through yesterday. And you can see as the day went on, that snow just got eaten up a little bit from the warmer air and the sunshine coming out. Otherwise, the white moving in this way, of course, that's just a few clouds. We are going to see increasing cloud coverage as we move overnight. Now, right now, our Doppler track is quiet. We don't have any rain chances for this evening, but we're not really out the chance to pick up a few showers coming through, heading overnight and, of course, into the next few days. This area of low pressure off to the west actually is going to swing a warm front right into the southern edge of the state. It's going to stay there for the next few days, stalling, becoming a stationary front across the state line. And that's going to continue to feed in showers as we head into Wednesday and Thursday especially. Tomorrow, a slight chance for rain. It's really Wednesday and Thursday that we're going to focus on the greatest chance for some rain accumulation, some stronger wind gusts, and maybe some strong thunderstorms also. Again, heading into tomorrow morning, there is a slight chance for some showers. Not a great chance for us, though, for your Tuesday. Wednesday, the bulk of the rain moves in. We may see some very heavy rainfall at times. Also, the potential for a few isolated thunderstorms on Wednesday. The rain stays with us into Thursday as that center of low pressure crosses right over the state. Thursday morning, we have showers, and into the afternoon, we may again see a few wraparound showers for us. But things will steadily dry Friday morning. A chance for some rain early in the day. It'll be mostly cloudy early, but then our skies will steadily become partly cloudy later on. We get a little sun later on Friday. Overnight, our breeze coming from the south, that slight chance for showers will start to develop really after midnight and hang out into early Tuesday morning, much of Tuesday afternoon. Really just looking at a slight chance for showers. Temperatures will be just a little warmer for us for Tuesday and for Wednesday as we look for highs hovering close to the 60s, mid to low 60s for much of the week. Heavy rainfall north of Madison expected for most of Wednesday morning, and then the chance, of course, to see more showers heading into Wednesday afternoon. You can see where the wind converges. That's right where that frontal boundary is for Wednesday. Rainfall totals hovering between 1 to 2 inches by the end of this rain event. So by the end of Friday, of course, when all the rain is through, but we could see some isolated areas that pick up a little more. And that's going to be very dependent on the areas where we see some isolated thunderstorms and those heavier downpours. So you can't exactly forecast for those isolated spots. Just know that we could see some areas pick up a little more than that. We're very saturated right now. I was just out at Blue Mountain State Park this morning, and the ground is just muddy and full of water. So we could be dealing with a few isolated flooding spots for us by the weekend. As far as our severe weather potential, we are looking to Wednesday. We're right at the edge of that marginal risk to see some stronger storms slide through Wisconsin. Most of the severe weather, though, is going to stay well south of us. Because of this, we do have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, we can see thunderstorms both days. We may see some heavier rainfall with those stronger storms on Wednesday, and along with Thursday, the chance for some isolated severe thunderstorms definitely exists. Overnight lows will drop close to 40. It'll be cloudy, so it won't be nearly as cold outside. Mild, and we may have some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon in the mid 60s. So we'll be above average with a variably cloudy sky. That shower chance, though, is mainly in the morning. Pretty mild outside for our Tuesday, though. Scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms expected for Wednesday and Thursday. Those shower chances might linger into early Friday morning, though we aren't expecting much rainfall to come through on Friday. And then Easter, of course, on Sunday. My little Easter basket, for whatever reason, still hanging out on Monday, but he's supposed to be on Sunday. That's when Easter is. Right now, your forecast for Saturday and Sunday really doesn't look too bad for us, and that's ideal.
Timing. Look at the weekend. Looks great.
Yeah, get a little sun in there and some drier weather. Of course, my dad was always the Easter bunny. He would go out and put the eggs out, so keep the weather good for that.
It is Sunday.
Yes,
Okay.
it's not Monday.
All right. Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
We'll meet our pet of the week when Live at 4 continues.
Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with Red. Oh, what a cutie. We'll find out all about Red when Live at 4 continues. Even got a red handkerchief on.
This is a live look. Is that your boy out there, Susan?
Back to work. I don't know actually if that's the men or the women. It's probably the men this afternoon.
It's got to be a little chilly out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But Matt, my son always says, once you get moving, you don't even feel
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for Potentially Yours here on Live at 4.
Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here to help Red find a forever home. Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
Tell us about Red.
Oh my gosh, this little sweetheart is Red, and he is a 1-year-old something mix or another.
Something or other.
Yep. But what I can tell you is that Red is full grown here. He's just over 1 year old, so he's not going to get too much bigger.
He's what, about 30 pounds?
Yeah, definitely small enough where he does like to be carried around once in a while.
He's very calm, and he has such an expressive face.
He really does.
Look at those eyes, beautiful eyes.
And what I love about Red is he is such a nice, mellow guy. He was napping in the car before, but once he gets comfortable in a situation around people, he gets pretty goofy. He loves toys, he loves going out for walks, and he's so smart. Just in the few weeks that we've known him, he has gone from not knowing how to walk on a leash at all to being pretty much a pro at it now.
Smart guy. Got toys down here. Does he like this or not?
Oh, what's that one?
What's that? So go ahead.
You'd like him to be adopted potentially in a house with another dog, right?
Yeah, so Red loves other dogs, and we think living in a house with another dog, social dog, will really help boost his confidence and help him feel a little bit more brave out in the world.
Because he was adopted and it didn't quite work out because he was alone.
Yep, and I think that he'll do better in a house where you're going to be able to take some time to do some training with him and really help him feel comfortable in his new home.
He's the perfect size.
He really is right on the couch there. Look, he hasn't moved.
No to this face.
So it's National Pet ID Week.
It is, and so today, running through next Saturday, we're celebrating by offering reduced prices on microchips and ID tags. So $15 on that microchip, $8 on that personalized ID tag, and we really do suggest having both to be able to protect your animals if they ever do get lost.
And it's so important to do.
It really is, and you can stop in anytime when we're open, no appointment needed.
Cats too, or?
Yep, cats and dogs.
Okay. Last week, or last time, I guess?
We had Leonardo, I believe. And a big lab, and he did get adopted. We were so excited for him.
He's falling asleep.
There's Leonardo.
There's Mr. Leonardo.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Well, I'm glad he got a home. All right, let's get Red a home here.
Yeah.
We're keeping him up.
He's falling asleep. It's so cute.
It is nap time. Marissa, thank you.
Thanks, Marissa. Good to see you.
For information on Red and all the critters available, go to giveshelter.org. Set up an appointment at 838-0413. Thanks again, Marissa. Dr. Zorba Pastor is with us in the studio today.
Yep, if you have a question for Zorba, call now. The number is 270-9933. Zorba will come in. We'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues.
Hey, Zorba, what are we talking about today?
Allergies.
There's pollen all over my car. That's a good topic. We'll see you in a minute.
the delays are happening along the east side of the Beltline right now. Good news, no major accidents to report. Actually, throughout southern Wisconsin, things are in a really great spot for us. But, of course, the brake lights popping on westbound doesn't look too bad for us currently. As far as the eastbound side, two major spots where we're kind of seeing those delays as a few more folks hop on the road. Down to about 35 miles per hour, closer to 151. I think closer to John Nolan, also down to 30 miles per hour. But up near Middleton, those speeds look okay. And the closer you get, or further you get past Monona, those speeds also look fine. 39 looks good. A few brake lights in downtown Janesville, but again, no major accidents, just the usual drive times for us. So if you're used to driving around at this time, things should be okay. Drive times look okay. But if you, of course, usually drive around a little earlier, know that you're probably adding just about 5 to 10 minutes to your commute. 27 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, Sauk City to Middleton, 17 minutes, and Sun Prairie to downtown. Just about an 18-minute drive for you this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thousands of runners were showered with bright colors as part of the International Marathon Color Run, which is held in Egypt for the first time. Dubbed happiest 5K on the planet, the event took place at the outskirts of Giza. Some 4,000 people of all ages joined the colorful event. The Color Run is an initiative founded in 2011 with the purpose of bringing people together and making the world a happier and healthier place. 1,000 similar races took place in 40 countries worldwide with nearly 7 million runners taking part.
They've done this in Madison.
Yeah, it's a great
Color
idea.
Run. Looks like fun.
Well, the doctor is in this afternoon.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is here to take your calls. If you have a question, it's a great day to call. We have 3 lines open at 270-9933. Hi, Zorba.
Hi, good to be here.
While we wait for your calls to clear, we're talking about allergies.
Yes, hard to believe, but it's allergy season. And of course, we like it when it's allergy season. We get to see things, but we don't like it when it bothers us. So a couple of recommendations. First of all, over-the-counter Flonase, that's the name brand, but it's basically fluticasone, steroid nasal spray. That's really your first step. It takes a day or two to kick in, but it's stronger than antihistamines. And you can use them together. So start your spray 1 or 2 squirts twice a day if you really have bad allergies, then lower down back to like maybe 1 squirt twice a day. Antihistamines, non-sedating antihistamines, Claritin, Allegra, the generics are just as good as the name brand. And if those things don't work, then talk to your doctor, because there are some other things that you can do that are even more powerful.
It can be pretty miserable.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I've had, have you had allergies?
I've grown out of them.
Yeah, that, you know, it's one of the advantages of aging.
No,
you're getting them.
I think I'm getting them.
He gave them to you.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
You were talking about how after the rain, your car was completely covered with pollen.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly
so it's bad.
I was talking to one of the weather people in Minnesota. The snow was yellow because the storm was so strong, it took all this pollen from down south. And dumped it. That's why people were suffering last week.
Oh my goodness. So you've got snow and pollen at the same time. We call that suffering, Midwestern suffering.
That's called It's Time to Move. All right, let's go to the calls. We'll start with Jeannie in Prairie du Sac. Hi, Jeannie. Jeannie, you there?
Yes.
Hi, what's your question?
Hi. When you have ringing in your ears, what is that a sign of?
Well, ringing in the ears means you've got some ear damage. That's basically what it's a sign of. And it's if you are around loud noises all the time, maybe you're around loud noises when you were a kid, you'll get ringing. There's no absolute treatment for it. There's no medical treatment, but often if you've got something playing in the background, white noise, if you've got that little radio hub, the most important thing, though, is protect your hearing, and that means you wear these ear muffs. The big things around your ears when you're using a snowblower, or when using a lawnmower, for instance, or even when you're on an airplane. You want to protect your ears because it means you already have damage.
Is it
tinnitus? Or?
Tinnitus, tinnitus, it's pronounced both ways, but ringing is only pronounced one way.
Yes.
And there's no cure?
There is no cure for it at all.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Gordon in Verona. Hi, Gordon. What's your question?
Yes, I'm on eye vitamins for dry macular degeneration, and I was just wondering what the doctor thought about if they're doing any good, or because I know he's said in the past that vitamins actually don't do much good, and I was just wondering.
But for your eyes, the eye vitamins are very good and very important. Okay. The data shows that for normally healthy people who are in middle age, that taking a multivitamin really doesn't do anything to help your life. And I know that's shocking, but eating good food is actually a better thing. But if you've got macular degeneration, stay on your vitamins. They have extra lutein in them, and that's very important. Lutein is an important ingredient that really helps you keep that macular degeneration at bay.
Tomatoes help, all that stuff for your eyes?
Yeah, tomatoes help.
Okay. All right, let's go to, let's see, Jolene in Stoughton. Hi, Jolene.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I read today that I could have allergy pills instead of allergy shots. What do you know about that? And
Well,
will insurance cover it?
you want to start out with the spray, then you want to take the pills, and if they fail and you're still miserable, then that's where the shots are. And now, as far as whether or not it's covered by your insurance, I never answer insurance questions.
It's complicated.
Never.
Right.
Complicated. Call your insurance. Find out what it is. There'll probably be a copay. Find out what the copay is and whether it helps with your deductible.
So the over-the-counter stuff, that doesn't work?
No, it really is good. The over-the-counter
Really?
stuff can be very good. Sometimes you have to double the dose. Take twice the dose of Allegra, Claritin, or Zyrtec if a single dose doesn't work, and then take Benadryl at bedtime. Great antihistamine, 25 to 50 milligrams. It just makes you sleepy if you take it during the daytime.
And the sprays over-the-counter, are they okay?
Sprays over-the-counter, they're great.
I thought they'd
It
cause
is
me
the
to get addicted.
steroid. It is the steroid spray that's okay. The non-steroid spray is not good. Sprays such as Afrin are not good for your allergies. Sprays such as Flonase generic are good for your allergies.
Because you can get addicted to
That's
this
right,
stuff.
absolutely. So talk to the pharmacist, find out which spray is healthy and which spray is not healthy.
And does it help to find out what you're allergic to?
Only if the over-the-counter medicine doesn't work. I think that's really the issue. I think most people can just sort of treat it as they actually feel it.
Is that the purpose of the shots, to determine what you're...
The shots, and that's generally if the sprays and the pills do not work. That's the purpose of the shots.
That time of the year.
It is that time of the year.
And you know what? I ran across a mosquito the other day, too.
Oh, my goodness.
no.
Oh, my goodness. How big was it? This big?
This big. 6 gallons of blood. All right. And keeping the house closed up, too, helps with the allergies.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's right.
All right, we're out of time. Thanks for coming
Thanks
in
for
today.
your
It's
calls,
great to be
everybody.
here.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
And
Orba. Good to see you.
Thanks, everyone, for calling in. We'll be right back with the final Check Your Forecast. Get out and enjoy this evening.
Absolutely, it is really nice outside right now. A little breezy, but overall sunny, and it is still 56 degrees in Madison, 58 in Lone Rock and in Boscobel. Compared to this time yesterday, it's quite a temperature jump for us. That sun helping out a little bit, and also a little warmer air moving in. About a 20-degree jump for us in Madison and in Janesville. Now, over the next few hours, of course, we are going to cool down a little bit. Closer to 6 o'clock, we start to fall into the mid to upper 40s, wherever you may be. We continue to see sunshine, of course, until about 7:30, and then the clouds will build in tonight, and we are looking at the chance for some showers developing after midnight. Chance for some showers, maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms. Speaking of showers and storms, we do have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. We have the potential to see some strong to severe thunderstorms in both days, especially in the afternoon, and that may bring some heavier rain. So even though we're talking about a general 1 to 2 inches of rainfall by the end of the week, a few isolated areas could pick up just a little more with these storms sliding through for us, guys. So be keeping an eye on those tracks.
All right, it's that time of the year.
Yep, April showers.
All right, Dana, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, do you watch TV with an antenna? Well, Consumer Report says it may be time to rescan your television.
And Angie Horkin will be here from the Wisconsin Beef Council. She has a lot of recipes for beef jerky, even one for dessert.
Ew.
I don't know about that. We'll find out tomorrow on Live at 4.
At her
In today's Final Touch, we have the embodiment of the